About 2 years ago, I was driving home from a family reunion pretty late at night, and the drive was about 2 hours. I didn't stay the night because I had to be back for work the following day. Most of the drive was on roads with dense bushes and trees on either side. The real creepy ones you see a lot in movies. Anyway, I had been driving in about 45 minutes and I was starting to get really tired. Sometimes you just suddenly become really tired out of nowhere. Well, yeah, that happened to me. I knew I was going to last, but I didn't come across any place that felt like I could park and safely sleep. Anyways, after it became clear to me that I wasn't going to find a place to pull up, and my tiredness wasn't going away, I did something very questionable. I pulled over to the side of the road onto the grass, behind some bushes, to try and hide my car from everybody else who was coming to come past. The roads were empty. I came across another car every few minutes or so. I made a mental note. The time was 11:22 and then fell asleep. Some time later, I was awoken by a scratching sound. I looked at the clock, 11:50. The sound stopped after a few seconds, and because I was extremely tired, I didn't bother looking around and simply went back to sleep. I was later awoken by the same sound, and it was now 12:40. This time, it really freaked me out because the sound didn't stop. The thought ran across my mind that it was just an animal inspecting the car. But why would it return almost an hour after it had left the previous time? I looked in my rearview mirror and managed to catch a glimpse of something running away into the forest. Now, at the time, I thought it was a damn hook killer. The one who scratched that couple's cars and slaughtered the guy when he got out to investigate. Fuck that, I thought to myself. So I got the hell out of there. There was a bend no more than 100 yards off the road, and I came around it. There was a fucking car parked off to the side of the road with the driver's side door open. I slowed down just to look to see if anyone was in there, but there wasn't. Then I looked in my rearview mirror. I didn't see anything, and all of a sudden, this guy comes sprinting around the corner. He starts screaming at me, shouting stuff like, "Hey, you! Get the fuck out of your car!" Now, I knocked the fuck out of there and sped off. I never saw the guy again. Moral of the story, don't fucking sleep on the side of a deserted road. Number 2. I was 17 and had just gotten my license. Back in high school, my friends and I had made it in a mission to find an abandoned house to throw parties in. We had a good few candidates, but the motherlode was this house. I would pass on my home from work. It was an undeveloped shell of a huge home with a large property in the back. I had told one of my friends about it, and one day, before we went to see a movie, I took him to the house. It was about dusk in summer, so I had my headlights on. I pulled into the front of the house, and we were like for 10 seconds tops before we pulled back to the main road. A minute later, this big truck pulls up behind us with its high beams on and riding our ass. My friend and I took a note of it, but paid it no mind as we headed back to the main road. At the light, I turned right, but the truck cut through the gas station at the corner and blocked us off. Out of the truck comes this big Hulk man, and my friend and I are shitting our pants. He raps on the wheel and I roll down. Now, the really freaky part is the busy road, and now there's no one in sight. He asked if we were doing in house, and I quickly lied. We were making a U-turn. He stared at us for a few seconds, miles, and sent us on our way. To this day, the house remains unfinished, and I'm convinced it's a drug operation of some sort. Number 3. This is not supernatural creepy, but it's one of the most disturbing and surreal experiences of my life. One early morning, a few short years ago, I am walking to my bus stop and eating a banana. It is dark, misty. It is around 5 a.m. in the morning, and I am internally debating something trivial, like if I want my daily Starbucks before or after the commute. As I approach the dimly lit corner in my street, a tall man in a black mask steps out the dark alleyway to my left. Sleepy and disoriented, I barely acknowledge him when he shouts, "Put down your fucking purse," and points his gun to my head. Things start to click. The man says, "Put down your bags." And I tell him, okay. I'm putting them down over here. He orders me to walk over to him, towards the alley, and get down on the fucking ground. And I agree. I'm coming. Okay. My heart is beating a million miles a minute, and my hands still smell sticky with banana, and I know I need to get away. I don't know why, but my mouth won't stop working. Look, see, I'm on the ground. My stuff is over there. Please just take my stuff, but he doesn't like it. Shut the fuck up, okay? He gets on top of me and puts the gun to my head. At this point, I should mention the fact that I'm on my way to coach a high school practice. I'm dressed like a dude, huge baggy pants, hat, jacket. If not for my telltale voice, I look like a proven 90s rap star. Anyway, as the guy gets on top of me, gun to my head, he looks at me and pauses. I can tell you why I know this, but I swear, at this moment, it clicks for him that I am a woman. He gets off me, stands up, and points to the dark alley. Come with me. My stomach hurts. I remember that there had been a recent rash of sexual assaults in my neighborhood. During the daytime, no less. When the man points that dirty alleyway, my internal voice speaks the fuck up. Says voice number one, "There was no way in hell you'll go down there without fight. But he has a gun, you dipshit." Replies voice number two, "Fucking follow me." The real voice hollers. So I do what I do best, and I talk. "I'm coming for you. I'm coming. I'm following you." And the man makes a crucial mistake. He believes me. I take 1-2 tiny steps backward toward the sidewalk and turns his body and his gun toward the alley. This is my moment. I take a deep breath and tuck my head down in case he starts shooting and starts spitting away. I hear a voice screaming high pitched before I realize it's mine. After running 6 or 7 blocks, I head back to my apartment hoping he's not there to see where I lived. The police check out the hallway an hour later, but the potential attacker is long gone. The only evidence of the encounter is my banana peel browning in the alleyway and the adrenaline rush that I couldn't shake for days. I would be lying if I said that experience that doesn't bother me still. But I'm so unfortunate to be mainly haunted by the what if, and it's not the what dids. Number 4. Back in 2004, I was a young, dumb, 17 years old country girl in the city for the first time for college. One night, I decided I could totally safely walk back to my dorm at around 1:30 in the morning, despite not really knowing where I was. Of course, I instantly end up wandering around the Tilburg part of the city. Most of the street lights are busted out, trash everywhere, loud arguments from inside the dilapidated Spock row houses. In short, I wouldn't even want to be here in the middle of the day. A car drives up behind me and slows down so they keep pace with me for nearly an entire block. I look over there and are 5 unsavory looking men inside. By this point, I was approaching an intersection and they pull up, make a left and stop in the street directly in my path. Motherfucker. I completely panic at this point and just stand there, right in front of them. My mind went completely blank. I've never been that scared in my life. It didn't even make sense to try to run because they would have been caught me without question. I'm not really sure how long I stood there, but suddenly the porch light in the house just past the car came on. Dude casually strolls outside carrying a bag of trash and car peels away. I completely break down crying and shaking. dude spots me and listens to my probably insurance story, takes me inside and gives me a soda, and then he and his roommate walked me back to my dorm. They were both lovely and invited to check out their stand-up sometime. But fortunately, I was too young to get into a bar. I never saw them again. Don't even remember their names, but feel pretty confident. And if the guy hadn't taken to his trash at 1 a.m. on a Saturday, my life would have been taking a really shit turn that night.